Hi, I'm here to show you how I have made this fractal, graph fractal of these three lines. And you could repeat this experiment with other graphs. So the idea is that you start with these three lines and then you make the first iteration and you see the same pattern here, the same pattern here, and the same pattern here, and so on. So when you go there, then you can see the same pattern, so on and so on. Okay, so how was this made? I used the Fractal tool, which needs, I'm taking it, the third option right now, which needs to touch, not that one. It's similar to this one, where you have the four references by edges, but without edges. So you have to touch 4 points on every reference. And here you can decide how many iterations you want. Okay. And so how do you touch the references is, I'm making here again. Here you have the edges. And then you have to choose references, one for the whole figure, for instance, this one. So for that, you need you need a plane. That's the original plane. You take, to make a perpendiculars, you take this tool, and you can decide that all perpendiculars will be with respect to this plane. So I touch here, I choose plane geometry. This can be used for T-lines and so on, for 2D T-lines. And you touch, so I have fixed this. And what does it mean? It means that all perpendiculars will be with respect to this plane, or parallels to this plane if you choose an edge. So let me give you an example. So if I touch a point and a line, then this will make you a perpendicular to this line. And this line this direction will be parallel to that plane. Okay. So that's the main idea. So now we have to fix several references. For instance, now you take perpendicular. So we have this perpendicular here. Let me touch this perpendicular here. First the point and then the line. First the point and then the line. And if I want to make a perpendicular to this direction, which will be needed too, then you have first to choose a line perpendicular direction. And when you have this perpendicular direction, this will be perpendicular to that plane. Then you touch 1, 2, 3. The other way, better. Sorry, like this. Okay, now you have this perpendicular to this line, perpendicular to this line, and also a perpendicular to these 2 points, which is that one. Okay, now once we have these directions, we can either take perpendiculars here, or you can have perpendiculars, or you can take parallels to that one also, or you can also take to this. Let me try. Let's see. Okay, then we have perpendiculars defined. Now, the references must have the length, every reference must have the length of the segment. So for that, you need a compass. And for instance, you make, for this reference, you take this point, this distance, and you make the corresponding line. You see? Okay, you see this point? Let's paint the points and the lines to help you to follow me. So let me orange, orange, and then that one, and I make another one. So I choose this distance and translate it to this direction. Okay, so the orange points will give you together with this one, it will give you a reference. I continue with the second reference. I choose this direction and translate it there, this direction, and translate it there. And I paint this as, for instance, green. No, green, no. Yeah, violet. That one, that, and that. I repeat again here. So I take this direction into this distance into this direction, this distance into that direction, and I paint this by, for instance, blue, 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 blue. And there is one missing, it's the biggest one here. So I have to translate this direction to that one. Okay, and again this direction to, let me check which is the one, that one. Okay, there you have the point. So I'm marking this. Okay, that's okay. And let me hide some points that will be not necessary. So I can now hide these points here. Let me bring it here. And now we are ready to make the fractal. So let's make 3 iterations only. So we start with a big reference, so the old figure, and we have to touch first the 4 points of the reference will be this, and I maintain press the trigger button and I choose the 3 other references. So I touch this, 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 and this. I have one reference, another one, this. I think I have touched this first, or that one, I don't remember now. One and one they have to be in the same direction. So I think it's okay, but let me check. And finally, I keep maintaining press the trigger button. You see? So with this option, I touch then the origin of the figure and how it works. And here it is. You see? Okay, it works. So basically, this option is good when you want to when you have the references involving the points of the figure. So that's the good option, or the best option to choose. So for that one, the references must be independent of the figure. And here you can involve the points of the figure can be involved in the reference. So hope you have followed my explanation, and I'm waiting for your fractals. Bye bye.